Hi everyone, so today I wanted to film a very quick tutorial on how to match your foundation to your skin. I know that this is a very difficult task for a lot of people, including myself. I still to this day struggle trying to find a foundation that matches my skin perfectly. I'm going to share with you guys some tips and tricks to make your life a little bit easier while you're picking out your foundation color. So, tip number one, there's usually 3 levels of foundation, especially in drugstores. You can see this on a lot of the different brands. There's cool tones, neutral tones, and warm tones. So cool tones, if you're a cool tone, you will notice if you look on your wrist, at the veins on your wrist, if they are very prominently blue, then you are most likely a cool tone. If it's more of a bluey green kind of color, or you can't really tell what color they are, you'll probably be a neutral tone. And if your veins come across as very green, almost yellowy, then you are probably a warm tone. If you're not sure, then go with neutral. It's right in the middle and it'll probably work for you. Another trick is to buy 2 foundations. I know that this is hard when it's a higher end brand, and I can't even afford to do this most of the time, and I just have to take my best guess. But if you buy 2 shades that are similar, or 2 shades that you know you could mix together and create your own custom color, this will help you tremendously when picking out foundation, because you can buy a lighter one that you know will match your skin tone in the winter months when you're pale or you have no color or no fake tan or anything like that on, and then you can pick a warmer color, and this will be the color that matches your skin when you have a tan or when you have fake tan on, or that's a little bit darker, so when you have sun it's not like you have like a white face and everything else is really tan, or vice versa. So that is an awesome thing to do. So I would recommend to do that with drugstore brands just because they are way more affordable than higher end foundations. But I know that this isn't feasible to do a lot. It's expensive. It gets expensive. And if you wear foundation a lot, you'll go through it a lot. But that is a really helpful tip if you struggle with finding the correct colored foundation. So trick number 3 is do not test it out in the store. This I know doesn't really apply to drugstores because you really can't test color in a drugstore unless you open the bottle, but I wouldn't recommend doing that because it's totally not sanitary. So what a lot of people don't know is a lot of drugstores, they will take a product back if it doesn't work. So if it doesn't match your skin tone, I mean, if it's a little bit off, I wouldn't just run back and return it constantly because they probably will remember you and tell you, please stop returning these items. But if it's drastically different or it's just a horrible formulation, feel free to return it because you definitely can return it to the store. As in Sephora's or higher end makeup stores or ones that have samples and things like that, ask the workers there to give you a free sample. Sephora is great at doing this, and I'm going to actually show you right now these 2 samples that I got from Sephora. I was looking at the Born This Way foundations, and there was 2 colors that I was debating between, and so I asked her to give me a little sample of each one, because when you're in a store, the lighting in there is unlike the lighting that is going to be outside. Natural light is drastically different than lighting in a store. So with fluorescence and the really bright lights and stuff, you really cannot get a correct tone on your face just by looking at it. So I recommend for you guys to take it home, sample it, wear it outside, see what it looks like, see how it feels. It also gives you a chance to see if you have a reaction to it. I have very sensitive skin, so a lot of foundations make me break out. This gives me the chance before investing in a product that might be a little bit more pricey to try it on my face and make sure that my face and my skin really like it. So that's just another little tip. Alright, so next I'm going to actually apply these foundations. I don't have any foundation on my face right now. And it's going to be kind of hard with the lighting that I have in here for you guys to see how I am applying this and kind of judging the colors. But I'm going to zoom you guys in, and hopefully the camera will pick up on the slight color difference. So I got 2 samples. This one is the Born This Way Vanilla, and this one is the Born This Way Ivory. So the Born This Way Ivory is meant for fair skin with a yellow undertone. I don't really have many yellow undertones. I'm more pink to neutral kind of color. So I'm not sure how this will work on me. So the Born This Way Vanilla is also a light fair skinned formulation. However, it is for neutral to yellow tone skin. So there was another one in the store and I regret not getting it. It was called Nude and it was a light formulation with pink for people with pink undertones. That's me and I regret not getting a sample of that. So if both of these don't match perfectly, I'm going to go back and get that. It just looked a little bit darker in the store and I know, shame on me for doing that because I know that it looks completely different in the store than it does at home, but I figured I'd just take two to show you guys and go from there. So I'm going to start with the Born This Way Ivory, which is the, let's see, the Born This Way Ivory, which is like the second lightest in the store. Actually, this was the lightest one that my store had. They actually have a porcelain one, I believe, online, but they didn't carry it in my store, in my Sephora. So this was the lightest shade that I saw. So I'm going to apply this with this damp beauty blender. And I'm going to zoom you guys in for this. Okay, so I hope that you guys can see this. So I'm just going to apply a tiny bit onto my beauty blender. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this sample on this side of the face and the other one on this side so we can kind of look at the difference. So I'm just going to apply this as if I was applying my foundation. Well, I am applying my foundation. What am I talking about? But I'm going to do it on this side of my face. If I was actually just testing this, I would definitely not apply it to the whole half of my face because you definitely want something to compare it to. So I would just do a little line on my cheek or something. However, to show you guys, I'm going to do this whole half of my face. So just judging on this side already, it does look a little bit yellow. If you look at this side that has nothing right now, it's definitely a more yellow tone than my skin. I'm going to use a new beauty blender, so I don't mix the colors. I'm going to apply vanilla on this side of the face. This one definitely matches my skin tone better than this one. So I'm definitely going to go with the vanilla. I regret not getting the, what was it, Nude? The Nude shade. I don't know if my Sephora just didn't have it or I can't even remember when I picked these samples up, but I would probably buy the Nude if I had it because as you can see on this side, it still has a slight yellow tone to it, but just not as much as this one. So I think I would either choose vanilla or the Nude as long as it matched my skin tone correctly and it wasn't too dark. However, I really love the formulation of these foundations. They are super close, and when I'm editing this video I'm going to be so mad if you guys can't even see the difference, but in person you can definitely see that this has a little bit more of a yellow tone to it. So if you have a little bit more of a neutral or warm colored skin, I would definitely go with this. When I zoom you guys out, you can't tell at all the difference of the two sides of my face. They're two different colors and you cannot tell unless you look really closely. And this is what I'm saying, like the lighting in my room right now, it's mostly natural light, but I do have lights lighting me up. So when you're in Sephora and you're trying to, or whatever store you're in, and you're trying to look at the color on your face or on your hand or your wrist or wherever, it's going to be very difficult for you to tell the difference until you're sitting in front of a mirror in natural light at your house or outside or wherever you are and you're looking at the color of your foundations. Because honestly, if I were in the store right now, I would have no idea which one to pick. They would both look great to me. So my recommendation to all of you is to take it home, test it, try it. Try to figure out what tone you are because tones are very important. You know your general color. I mean, just looking at a foundation bottle, you'll be able to tell your range of your skin. Another tip, one little last minute tip for you guys, always get it a shade lighter than you think it will be to match your face, if that makes any sense. Because once you put foundation on your face, what do? You put blush, bronzer, maybe you contour, and you adding all of these layers of things, and you're doing concealer and all this stuff. So you always want to do it a little bit lighter than you would think your skin is. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!